What's up, guys? Mustafa, the Cardano guy here today with another video, the best way to achieve Cardano mastery. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a bonus. It's going to really help bootstrap your efforts to understanding Cardano. This is for all levels of people entering Cardano, whether you're new or experienced. This is really going to help you. So without further ado, let's get into the best way to achieve Cardano mastery. So I guess I should explain, first of all, what is Cardano mastery? Cardano mastery is not a destination. It is an evolving journey. Okay, Cardano is a blockchain that is constantly being developed, constantly being evolved. Just last week, we increased the block size. We're rolling out improvements all the time, and it's a constantly never-ending process. There's new technologies that are being implemented all the time, new papers that are being written all the time. Cardano is like an academic field, one that continues to evolve, one that continues to have new discoveries, and one that continues to improve the way that blockchain and cryptocurrency works. So without further ado, let's get into the best way to achieve Cardano mastery. The best way to learn something is to go to the source. And I told you guys this in my previous Cardano mastery episode in this mini series, which is to go to the source. Go to IOHK, go to read the IOHK papers, watch all the Charles Hoskinson videos on his YouTube channel, read all the blogs, and go to the source. Go to who is inventing and creating this technology. So to go to the source, you're going to want to have your source list. Be sure to go watch that video that I did, my previous Cardano mastery video, which is a lot more comprehensive in doing that. But the best way to learn is really to understand something at a deep level. What does it mean to understand something? Well, the definition of to understand, according to Google, is to perceive the intended meaning of words, language, or a speaker, or to interpret or view something in a particular way. My interpretation of to understand something is to have something to stand under in order to hold up knowledge. So for example, if I want to learn multiplication, I need to be able to stand under multiplication by learning addition. And if I want to learn addition and subtraction, then I need to have some kind of understanding of how to count numbers sequentially, right? So that's how understanding works. But if you're trying to take something from a very high level, like blockchain technology, it's going to take a little bit of time to unpack that. In order to do that, you need to dig deeper to set your foundation for Cardano mastery. So how do we dig deeper for Cardano mastery? Well, inherently Cardano is a very complex topic. So how do you start from something surface level and get deeper into a very complex topic? Well, I've made this process a little bit easier for you with the bonus that I'm going to give you at the end of this video. But understand that you are setting a foundation, but in order to set a foundation, you need to get to the bottom of it. You need to get to the very bottom of the topic that you're trying to learn. Now, Cardano is a very big subject, as you've seen in the mind map that I've created in my previous video. So where do you start? Well, you start where your interests are. You start where you have a problem that you want to solve. You start where your curiosity is, right? So you go wherever, whether that's NFTs or whether that's Plutus, programming languages, or that might be, the markets themselves. You may want to be interested in studying the markets themselves or how things work from that level. Whatever it is, you grab something and then you want to start to pull it apart and then dig deeper to its core. And that will give you a very good understanding of something, right? So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at the bonus that I'm going to share with you guys. So as some of you know, I have the CardanoGuide.com website set up where we create ebooks and PDFs for Cardano fans like myself. I did this really for myself, but a lot of my followers really like this kind of stuff, so I created it for other people. Make sure you go to CardanoGuide.com and sign up for your free bonus. And this is the Ultimate Charles Hoskinson AMA Guide, which is the Chat with Charles edition from April 18th, 2022. And we're iterating. This is like the second iteration of this, and or maybe even just considered the first iteration. But what I've done here is, like I said, you need to go to the source in order to learn something. And who's the source of Cardano? Charles Hoskinson. He created Cardano. He conceptualized it. And of course, he's a co-founder. He's not the only one involved in it. Obviously, it's not a one-man effort, but he is the conceptualizer. He's the visionary behind it. So I find his content to be extremely valuable. And most of the cutting edge stuff usually comes from him first. So you follow him, you watch all his videos, and you'll find all the cutting edge stuff. Now, I've done a big service here for you in that I watched all the videos for you, and I've highlighted the most important things, and I've turned them into a PDF report. So you can see here the contents of this. This is a 64-page, 65-page transcript of the Chat with Charles episode in April 18th, 2022. Of course, you may or may not have time to read all that, right? But what I have done for people who like to read is you can read it in full depth and get every drop of value out of it, or you can just read the highlights, because I just added a new feature, which is highlights and indexing. We're going to do indexing later, but right now we have highlights in the transcripts, so you don't have to read every word of it. You can just go and see what I underlined, what I bolded, and what you'll get really if you just read only the highlights in bold, or you're going to get the main ideas. And from that, you can start to dig deeper. And I'll give you an example here. So I'm going to scroll through and see, okay, what main feature makes Cardano more interesting than multi-chain networks, right? So he then answers the question by saying it's probably governance. Now you see how I underlined and bolded the word governance. Well, that word means that it is an important topic that you should probably dig deeper on. And what do I mean by dig deeper? Well, look it up, Google it, right? If you just look up governance, right, you'll understand what is governance, the action or manner of governing, right? So it's that simple. It's how you dig deeper. So we just dug a little bit deeper on this topic, right? Now you could go a little further and, you know, research governance even more. Go to Wikipedia, download an article about governance. You can read all the books about governance, and then you can almost become an armchair expert on governance, right? Just by doing that. But I highlighted the topic of governance because governance is the main feature which makes Cardano more interesting than multi-chain networks, right? Than other multi-chain networks. So that being said, this is how you dig deeper. Now, I've done all the highlighting and underlining for you. So all you have to do is find all the important topics, you know, put them into your research, list, and then just go into it, right? If you want to learn about SIP 50, which is a really important topic, I guess you have to use Google for that. It's not going to work on my built-in search with Google. Okay. So we look here at SIP 50, but I'm not going to go into that right now. Another example is, what is a, federated oracle. So all these ideas are underlined for you to dig deeper into. And by doing that, you will understand the words that are being used by the speaker, which goes back to the definition of understanding, right? To interpret or view in a particular way, or to perceive the intended meaning of words, a language, or a speaker. So once you understand everything that Charles Hoskinson says on his transcript, in his speeches and his talks, then you'll have a sense of mastery of Cardano. You'll feel much more connected with what's going on, how the world is evolving, how Cardano, how blockchain is evolving, and you'll just feel like a lot more comfortable with the topic. So of course, you're not going to be a master of Cardano for a long time because it's a massive topic, but it does give you a good place to start. And by signing up for the free bonuses, you will be able to get started very quickly, because you're going to save a ton of time of digging through and listening and writing down and taking notes and everything like that. So I've done all that for you, right? It's going to be a massive time savings for you. So make sure you click the link in the description or somewhere around this video to get your free bonus. TheCardanoGuide.com is the website, and you just go in there and sign up. So that's the best way to achieve Cardano mastery. And I hope that this helps you in some way. Like, comment, and subscribe if it did. Follow me for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.